Everyone is welcome here, it's time to make new friends. Aquavide Uskava, fill your Glencairn. Share a dram with the spirit of Edmonton. Slancha!
And good evening, whiskey brothers, sisters, and friends, and welcome to episode 101 of the Canadian Whisky Journey's Whiskey Review. 101. It's pretty good. I'm Dubh. I'm the creator of the Canadian Whisky Journey. I'm the spirit of Edmonton on social media platforms, and I am your host tonight. Now, I've been on a bit of a rye exploratory focus over the past couple weeks, and I hope you like it because I'm continuing over the next several weeks to delve into our Canadian ryes and everyone, really, Canadian ryes. BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, going east. We love our ryes. So what we have today is this one right here. Let's get a good look at that. Try to center it for you. So this is Douglas Distillery in Oliver. And if you don't know where that is, it's in the interior of southern BC, close to the border, about 4 hours away from Vancouver, I think. And what this is when you speak to Grant, he tells you. And yeah, you have to, too, because it says right here, tell me rye. And you're thinking, is it really rye? Tell me rye is the title of it. Is it really rye? Is really rye. It's 100% malted rye grain. It's aged just shy of 5 years in a first fill ex-bourbon barrel, and he put it in at 62.6% into the barrel. This is important because in Oliver, just like in parts of Alberta, exceedingly dry. And what happens is in the aging process, they lose water, not alcohol. So it comes out a much higher percentage. So I should have asked Steve Lee what the percent that it came out as. He bottled it at 46%. It's completely respectable, even though I'd like a cast strength, which might have been close to 70% when all is said and done after the 5 years. What is completely respectable is the fact that it's non-chill filtered. It has no color added, does not employ the 111th rule. How do I know? Well, because he told me, and that's what I'm proud of. But it says right here on every one of the bottles. So, non-chill filtered, very first thing. And then next one, no coloring, and then no additives. And that's what he says right there underneath that white part, if you look at your own bottles, if you have them. So on a personal note, talking to Steve Lee, he hated working with rye grain. And this is common with distillers that don't use rye grain a lot because they're not used to it. And it's sticky. Even Caitlin Quinn, who works with ADL when she was formerly with Eau Claire, and her first rye, which I loved, I thought was fantastic, Plowman's rye. But she said she would never make it again. And that was 5 years ago or 6 years ago. And it's because it's so sticky. So the laddering process, it just gums it up. But he did try something different. And it's less common what he did. He did the same thing Two Brewers does, and they add rice hulls to it. So the idea is you have the rice grain, and the rice hull between them, stopping it from getting so sticky. So it's kind of neat information for you in case you want to refer back to it in the future. The other parts of the bottle, very simple. 750 mils available online or directly from the distillery. So if you're in Oliver or around Oliver, somewhere close to it, you should go because Steve Lee will talk to you. He will spend some time with you, and he loves people who love whiskey, and he signs the bottles for you. It's tricky, though, because if you have the bottle and it's signed, you don't always want to open it. I do anyways, although I do have several that I haven't opened for that reason because I wanted the signature on it. I'm emotional like that. I click onto it. But we opened this one up, and we've had a pretty good haul out of it for me trying to analyze this and show this to some family members. It's gone over very well in the Shaw household. So let's get to the tasting notes. And I've got to say, the first thing you notice is that this is not like any rye you have ever had, ever. It's not. It's not your typical rye at all. And just for that reason, you should buy the bottle. Because when you have tastings and you have friends over and you're trying different ryes, you pull this out and it blows people away. They're confused by it. But let's talk about it. Yeah, never smelled a rye like this before. The sweetness up front is like mandarins. Mandarins. I would say something really specific because I had them today and it seemed like a blood orange. And the blood orange is it's more tart. It's not as sweet as regular oranges. You have the nose, it's aromatic, but it's a little bit more tart. And reminded me of this. Probably because I had this last night. Lovely. So again, let's stick with mandarins. Vanilla. Vanilla seems like I'm cheating when I say vanilla because when it comes from the ex-bourbon barrels or the virgin bourbon barrels, you're generally going to get vanilla. I'm sticking with anyways. And then floral notes. Like so many floral notes. It is so fresh and so light on the nose. And so unique for a rye. It just is. Okay, so I'm loving it. Vastly different. And you have to expect that. You open it up and it's like, wow. All right, on the palate. First dram of the day, so I'm going to wake up the mouth. Not saying anything about it. Just waking up those receptors. All right. So nice mouthfeel, which is general for Dubh Glas's stuff. It always feels nice. And yeah, because he doesn't chill filter, I believe it makes a difference on the palate. Starts with sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna think something different from last night. I'm gonna say pie crust. I'm gonna go pie crust. Yeah, do that again. Yeah, sweet pie crust. Goes through floral again, like I'm tasting the floral. It's botanical like, light, fruity, botanical like. And I'm gonna stick with mandarins maybe on the palate. Yeah, I know the nose was making me think it was blood oranges, but it's not. Let's stick with mandarins. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say floral. I'm going to stick with that instead of trying to get into the different types of florals because I think it is so floral. It hits many different notes. And I could say like rose water. I could say, and I'm thinking about the waters that you put into either coffees or teas or you put them into your cocktails. But rose water is one. Orange, like a hibiscus, maybe a bit of mint type thing in there. But that's the freshness coming out. It's lovely. All right, finish. Medium, short, somewhere in there. Let's go medium. Um, Changes from the botanicals because you get the sweet, a little bit of sweet, but the sweet goes to the botanicals almost immediately. So sweet botanically, and then a very, very slight spiciness, the heat at the end that I love with my ryes. So it doesn't have the punch of heat that you're looking for if you like traditional ryes. Let's put that. If you like traditional ryes and you're looking for that white pepper heat at the end, it's not. It's sweet, floral, ends with slight heat. At cast strength, you get more heat, I think. But yeah, I'll do it again in case there's something else. Mm. And I'm going to stick with that. The mouthfeel is still creamy, but in there, sweet, botanical, finishes with the itty bitty bit of heat. Itty bitty bit. And that's it. That's it. Brothers, sisters, friends. It's been fun. This has been a fantastic bottle. You should get it. They don't last very long. When Steve Lee puts out a product, he sells out. So you have to get these online. You have to go quickly, or you have to be around there. And again, he'll do the signature even if he's sending it to you. He will mail it out to you. And that's it. It's been a fantastic time. Thank you very much. I shall see you again next week with more rye to come.